if I may, I would like to start with Iran's ballistic missile programs. There are reports that Iran continues to develop this program. Should the United States be concerned about that?
Well, we should be concerned. It's a violation of the Security Council resolutions. We worry about their ties with North Korea. Iran has been complying with the nuclear agreement, but when they move ahead with this ballistic missile agreement, everybody gets suspicious, and they should stop it. Why jeopardize a nuclear agreement?
Now, you mentioned North Korea, and there are also reports that North Korea is assisting Iran in the ballistic missile technology. What do you make of that, do you think?
Well, I think the reports are probably true. All of these countries that have this capability, nuclear materials, Pakistan, North Korea, Iran, they seem to gravitate towards each other because they're sanctioned, usually by other countries. So I'd be very disturbed. We don't want a nuclear Iran and a nuclear North Korea. Having nuclear North Korea is enough already.
Now, there is recertification of the nuclear deal coming up in mid-October. Some critics of the deal, including President Trump, are saying that they might not recertify because it goes against the spirit of the JCPOA. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think the President should recertify this?
The President should recertify it. If Iran is complying, they should recertify it because it's a nuclear agreement that restricts and does not permit Iran from having a nuclear weapon for a certain period of time. It's not perfect. Where we should work on is, one, Iran still contributes to terrorism, to terrorist groups. We should work on Iran in Syria, in Yemen. They have American prisoners. They should free them. There should be an expansion of human rights in Iran. There should not be investments until Iran complies more with the spirit of the agreement. But I think President Trump would make a mistake to pull out of it. What do we get, the United States, Europe, in return? We get nothing. We get a nuclear Iran. That doesn't make sense to me.
Last question, sir. You mentioned about investment. Why do you think it's risky to do business with Iran? But if the United States and the other Western countries do not do business with Iran, don't you think that they would leave room for the competitors if they are not in that big market?
Well, there's a lot of sanctions relief. Europeans are deep in investments. The United States is being hesitant. I think we should. I think Iran needs to comply more with less support for terrorism, more democratization, more open markets. You know, there are reports of money laundering, financial irregularities. They should clean that up. Investment for Iran would be good. But again, I think it's important that there be certain restrictions so that Iran does not find ways to violate the spirit of the nuclear agreement.
I told you it's my last question. I apologize. I want to ask you about North Korea. I want to get your take on the approach by the Trump administration on North Korea. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know what the Trump administration approach is. One day they're talking about diplomacy. The other day they're talking about military options. Presidency wants to destroy North Korea. I think diplomacy is the answer, a deal with North Korea. I think it is achievable, where in exchange for a dialogue there's a freezing of North Korea's nuclear weapons. But we don't know what this man, Kim Jong-un, wants. The way to find out is through diplomacy, not through bluster and threats by both sides.